There are places where geography exerts more force than politics, not because they are visible, but because so much passes through them unseen. Here, in the straits and approaches of the Indo-Pacific, trade, deterrence, alliance movement, and strategic ambiguity converge in the same water. These are not remote spaces, they are compressed strategic terrain. For decades, advantage belonged to the force that could remain undetected. Stealth shaped planning, silence shaped power, uncertainty shaped decision. That assumption is beginning to change. What follows is designed not to replace strategic mass, but to sharpen strategic awareness. It is called Abyssal Deepstake Veil, a sovereign, multi-layered architecture for persistent undersea domain awareness across the Indo-Pacific. Space, satellite radar, optical sensing, and broad area observation, detecting surface cues, pattern changes, and anomalies that merit closer attention. Surface, autonomous vessels, maritime radar, and distributed listening assets, providing mobile coverage where persistence matters most. Subsurface, gliders, autonomous underwater platforms, and acoustic sensing, extending awareness below the visible maritime picture. Seabed, fixed sensing, distributed fiber pathways, magnetic detection, and hardened infrastructure, creating endurance at depth. Optical, blue-green communication and verification pathways, enabling secure confirmation where conventional methods degrade. And above them all, fusion. Not a single algorithm, not a single point of failure, but a governed decision support layer designed to correlate, verify, rank uncertainty, and elevate what matters. Each layer observes differently. Each layer checks the others. Each layer is designed to degrade gracefully, recover quickly, and continue delivering decision advantage under pressure. Machine reasoning accelerates detection, correlation, and anomaly identification, but authority remains sovereign, governed, and accountable. This is not simply a sensor network. It is a resilient awareness architecture designed for persistence, verification, and strategic use in contested conditions. Consider what happens when uncertainty narrows in the waters that matter most. A platform that cannot rely on invisibility must assume observation. A transit that cannot be taken for granted becomes a decision of greater consequence. A defender with persistent awareness has more time, more options, and more control over escalation. This is not deterrence by threat alone, it is deterrence by detection. The submarines deter through what they could do. The Veil deters through what no one can hide. Both matter. Together they complicate aggression, reduce miscalculation, and strengthen peace through awareness. The strategic effect is not theatrical, it is practical. More warning, better attribution, more decision time, greater confidence at the point where misjudgment becomes crisis. This architecture is Australian by design, sovereign in governance, and alliance-ready by construction. That matters, because it places in Australian hands not simply a national capability, but an integration authority of regional consequence. Partners do not surrender sovereignty to use it. They connect to a trusted architecture built to strengthen their own. They integrate by rule. They contribute by agreement. They operate with clarity over access, control, and legal authority. This is how trust scales in an allied system. For the first time in the modern alliance era, a crown jewel awareness layer of regional significance can sit under Australian governance while remaining interoperable with allied frameworks. Australia does not sit at the edge of this system. Australia holds the convening layer. That is not a symbolic role, it is a strategic one. Capabilities that begin in sovereignty often mature into standards. Standards become ecosystems, and ecosystems, if governed well, become enduring industrial advantage. The Veil's architecture is structured for graduated deployment. Eclipse Detect, awareness services for commercial maritime operators, ports, shipping, and insurance environments, where visibility carries economic value. Eclipse Track, allied defense integration for behavior analytics, pattern of life assessment, and controlled track confidence. Eclipse Shield, tightly governed sovereign partnership at the highest tier, aligned to AUKUS-level trust and long-horizon strategic integration. The result is not only strategic depth, it is a national industrial position built on sovereign standards, export discipline, recurring license logic, and long-duration relevance. Where fielded at scale, this architecture has the potential to create substantial recurring value for Australia and its industrial partners. But the deeper prize is not only revenue, it is strategic centrality. The nation that helps define the architecture of trusted awareness helps define the tools on which others connect.
That is commercial strength derived from sovereign utility. There are moments when a region's future is shaped not by a single platform, but by the architecture that connects many. This is such a moment. To ministers and allied governments, secure the frameworks, partnerships and authorities that place trusted alliance in sovereign hands. To Indo-Pacific partners, integrate early with the architecture that strengthens deterrence without surrendering control. To boards, institutions and strategic capital, support the formation that can turn national capability into enduring regional advantage. Abyssal Deepstake Veil, sovereign undersea awareness architecture. AUKUS, allied government, cleared investor group. Briefings by invitation. Near Roosevelt Group, Queensland, Australia.